Hello again and thanks very much for joining us. I'm Michael Nas. The House of Representatives will on Wednesday commence the second reading of the 2023 Appropriation Bill, with members expected to debate the general principles of the federal government for the next fiscal year. Deputy Speaker of the House, Ahmed Wais, who's presided over the plenary on Tuesday, said the debate would have commenced on Tuesday, but for some reasons. Wase therefore urged members who were interested in speaking on the budget to write down their names after the day's session. President Muhammadu Buhari had on Friday laid the money bill before a joint session of the National Assembly. Of the 20.51 trillion naira budget, including 2.42 trillion naira spending by GOEs, statutory transfers amount to 744.11 billion naira, non-debt recurrent costs 8.27 trillion naira, and personnel costs 4.99 trillion naira. Pensions, gratuities, and retirees' benefits 854.8 billion naira, overheads 1.11 trillion naira, capital expenditure 5.35 trillion naira, including the capital component of statutory transfers, debt service 6.31 trillion naira, and sinking fund of 247.73 billion naira to retire certain maturing bonds. The Nigerian Senate disclosed that it will pass the 2023 appropriation bill of 20.5 trillion naira before the end of December. This was disclosed by Nigeria's Senate President Ahmed Lawan on Tuesday in Abuja at the reception organized after he received the National Honor of Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, GCON. President Muhammadu Buhari proposed the 20.5 trillion naira budget to the National Assembly last week. On the budget titled Budget of Fiscal Sustainability and Transition, Lawan stated that the Senate would begin debate on the bill on Wednesday. The federal government is planning to spend $100 billion to actualize the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The government is also pledging a commitment to reforming the Nigerian business environment to make it more competitive and convivial for investors. The 17 SDGs were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030, everybody enjoys peace and prosperity. Speaking at the 52nd National Conference of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria in Abuja on Tuesday, Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed said the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025 and associated strategies had been put in place to reflect emerging threats and opportunities while developing a clear path to reaching the country's goals and priorities. Ahmed, who was represented by the Special Advisor to the President on Finance and Economy, Sarah Alade, noted that Africa's most populous nation was not only confronted by the necessity of inclusive growth, but was also bound to measure growth not only in absolute terms, but also in terms of environment, price, social consequence, and potential implication for posterity and long-term stability. According to Ahmed, the estimated cost of Nigeria's Sustainable Development Goals financing requirement is 100 billion naira, $100 billion. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment Otumba Adeniyi Adebayo has said that the ongoing review of Nigeria's trade policy will redefine commerce and trade in the country. Speaking while receiving a draft copy of the revised trade policy in Abuja, the minister noted that since the extant trade policy was promulgated in 2002, both Nigeria and the world have witnessed major developments such as the explosion of e-commerce and digital payments, the agreement establishing the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, and the withdrawal of the United Kingdom from the European Union Brexit. He noted that with the African Growth and Opportunity Act only in its second year, the policy review had become even more imperative in order to tap into existing and future opportunities. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has released 2.1 trillion naira to support the real sector of the economy, the bank announced at the weekend. The intervention fund sheet of the Apex Bank said the funds, which came under the Real Sector Support Facility, RSSF, were disbursed to 426 projects across the country. The Apex Bank said it has also released 66.99 billion naira to 12 additional projects in manufacturing and agriculture. Also under the 100 for 100 policy and production and productivity, PPP, the Apex Bank said it disbursed 20.17 billion naira to 14 projects in healthcare, manufacturing and services, bringing the total disbursement under the facility to 93.39 billion naira for 62 projects. Another 4 billion naira was disbursed to 2 projects under the healthcare sector intervention facility, bringing the total disbursement to 130.54 billion naira for 131 projects, comprising 32 pharmaceuticals, 60 hospitals, and 39 other services. The regulator said it funded commodity projects in the non-oil export segment for value addition and protection of production to the tune of 3.24 billion naira under the Export Facilitation Initiative. There was also 50 billion naira disbursed through the Nigerian Export-Import Bank, Nexum. The Nigeria Customs Service Federal Operations Unit, Zone D, Bauchi, has seized contrabands worth 200 million naira. The Public Relations Officer, NCS of FOU, Bauchi, Umar Abdullahi, who disclosed this in a statement signed and issued to journalists on Monday, said the contrabands were seized between August and September by various patrol teams in the zone. He said that the seizures were part of efforts by the Nigeria Customs Service to rid the zone and the country at large of goods that could have negative effects on the lives of Nigerians as well as the economy. The FOU, comprising 9 states of Bauchi, Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Taraba, Gombe, Plateau, Benue, and Nasarawa states with headquarters in Bauchi. Abdullahi said that some of the items seized were 542 bags of 50 kilograms of foreign parboiled rice, 4 sacks containing 164 kilograms of pangolin shells, 487 bags of urea fertilizer, and 250 cartons of foreign spaghetti. Others were 191 bales of second-hand clothing, 110 jerry cans of petroleum motor spirits, popularly known as petrol, 70 cartons of foreign soaps, 32 jerry cans of 25 liters of kerosene, 130 jerry cans of 20 liters of engine oil, and 10 bags of dried donkey skins. According to him, no fewer than 7 vehicles of different brands, including 2 petrol tankers used in conveying the prohibited items, were also seized by the operatives of the service. NCS spokesman stated that the actions of the customs operatives were in the line with the provisions of Section 8 and Section 158 Power to Patrol Freely of Customs and Excise Management Act, CIMA, Cap C45, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004 as amended. The International Air Transport Association has said that air traffic increased 67.7% in August 2022 when compared to what was recorded in the same period in 2021. IATA also stated in its air traffic report that the movement of cargo fell by 8.3% during the period under review. It said that between August 2021 to August 2022, African Airlines sustained a 69.5% rise in traffic as measured by revenue passenger kilometers. The continent also saw its load factor jump by 10.8 percentage points to 75.9%. This, it said, was in comparison with a 67.7% rise in global traffic, which now stood at 73.7% of pre-pandemic levels. In previous reports, the association said Africa had a 1.9% share of the world airline passenger market. It said that domestic traffic for August 2022 was up by 26.5% compared to the same year a year ago.